I'm a little bit late. I apologize for that. But I had to get my dog situated and make sure my coffee was making. Sandy, shoveling snow. Bless your heart. Let's go in here. Hey, Remy. Hey, everybody. We're going to go get some coffee. Then we're going to talk some John Bennett Ramsey. If somebody wants to come up with me, they can. But I'm not going to do more than one other person because my headphones won't connect. And it messes the audio up, and that annoys me. So I can just have one person up. This is a very interesting case. I've been watching and reading about it. Even, I think I've got the ransom note that we can compare to Patsy's handwriting too. Morning, Andrew. But we'll get into that in a minute. Let me get my coffee and stuff. It's raining like cats and dogs here. My poor little goat, she hates the rain. I went and checked on all the animals this morning. I had to let the chickens out. I don't know why those stinking chickens will stay out in the chicken lot and in the chicken run all day and it pouring the rain. You would think that they would go get in that coop and stay dry. But I did collect, how many eggs was it this morning? 17 eggs this morning. I didn't do a video because it was raining so hard and stuff. Crap, I forgot my phone. I'll be right back, y'all. Let me mute till I get back. I gotta have it. It's a good thing I muted because I stubbed my toe on the way back in on the damn rocking chair. Before we get started on John Bennett, so I've been watching that interview over and over of that Shane Carey, his fiance and baby's missing in Texas. So I've been watching it over and over, trying to get a reading on that guy. And he was crying. His eyes was red. I saw a tear on his cheek. But there's just something off about that case. He said something similar to what Chris Watts said in his news interview that he gave. I just need her back. Chris Watts said something similar. I just need them back, I believe. So, I'm trying not to judge him, but, man, this is awful suspicious. Katie. Well, I put one up this morning, but I'm sure yours will have more information in it. Everybody needs to share all the news articles they can on all your social media, videos, whatever, get the word out. You know, it is possible that someone did take her because they wanted the baby. You know, that's happened before. I don't know. I just got this weird feeling. He made sure to say in that interview, she spent $25 at the book fair. And he's like, I said, that's okay. Or that's fine or something. He said like that. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know why. And also somebody in the comment section pointed out, remember the Scott Peterson interview? His phone rang during the interview. I believe it was Amber Fry. Well, this guy's phone rang too. But someone just pointed that out. I hadn't thought about that. I just figured, you know, his phone was probably constantly ringing, people wanting updates about, I believe her name is Heidi Broussard. I looked up how to pronounce her name, and that's the best I can do. It is a French name. He wouldn't make eye contact, which reminded me of Susan Smith. It really did. Yeah, I'm trying not to rush to judgment till all the facts is out, Lisa. But we can talk about John Bonet. If someone wants to come up with me and help me, they can. I've got so into this case lately, and I found out a lot of things that I didn't know. Y'all may have known, but I didn't know. Excuse me. And since the crime did happen the day after Christmas, December 26th, well, it happened on the night of December, Christmas night, basically. Y'all know what I mean. There's a live police interview at 2. Thanks, Lisa. I'll make sure to check that out, see what all they say. I'm sure, the closest people to her are always the suspects at first. They got to be ruled out. I'm hoping I'm wrong about this guy. But I don't know. Right at the end of the interview, he did seem like he had some emotion. But he wouldn't make eye contact. Was that because he's upset, or does he have something to hide? Red Media, you're not wrong, Cece. I had this feeling that maybe he mentioned that $25. Maybe he got pissed off she spent $25 at the book fair. I guess her little boy's having a book fair at school. Something's not right. Let me find my stuff on John Bonet here. There is a John Bonet case encyclopedia that I found that's helped me a lot. But that's not what I need. Give me just a second, y'all. I don't know what to think about this John Bonet Ramsey case. Like, I'm all confused. Because some of the evidence points to someone else doing it besides one of the family members. Lisa, I'm going to disagree for now. I really hope this man is clear. I hope he didn't do it too. I really do. He seems like a likable person, nice personality and stuff. They had a nice little family. I really hope he didn't do anything to her and the baby. He had emotion because he kept saying she was a great person. He realized what the F he had done. I thought about that too. I thought about, did he snap and kill her and then kill the baby to make it look like somebody took them both? And was he having regrets about it? But who knows at this point? I can't wait to hear that news conference, though. I want to see what they say. Of course, the police is not going to tell us everything anyways. So, John Bonet, Patricia Ramsey. She was born on August 6, 1990. And they say she was an American child beauty queen. I say she was a little girl who was killed at the age of 6 in her family's home in Boulder, Colorado. And there was a ransom note found in the house. I think it was on the back set of stairs, the stairs that Patsy always took to go down to the kitchen. So let me find exactly. I want to find exactly what happened the day of the murder. Okay. According to statements, this is what Patsy gave to authorities on December 26, 1996. She realized her daughter was missing after she found a 2.5-page written ransom note on the kitchen staircase. The note demanded $118,000 for the child's safe return, almost the exact value and bonus her husband had received earlier that year. See, this is not taking us through the day, but let me go to my Google Drive. We're going to pull up this ransom note. If I can't find exactly what happened that day, I'll just have to do it from memory. I like to read. But they had been to a Christmas party. December 25th, they woke up. They opened gifts and stuff. John Bennett got a bicycle for Christmas, and her and John went outside, and he, helped her get on the bike and ride it a little bit. And then they had to get ready so they could go to a Christmas party. I believe it's at the White's houses. They were family friends. So they go to the Christmas party, have a good day. John Bennett is allegedly asleep, falls asleep in the car when they get home. John Ramsey, her father, carries her upstairs, lays her on the bed. Then Patsy goes up and puts her PJs on her. And then they go to bed because they're leaving on a flight the next day to go to Michigan. Let me find some pictures here and then we'll finish. So they're going to Michigan. So Patsy allegedly and John wake up, I guess, around 5:30. Patsy goes downstairs to make coffee, finds the ransom note, goes up to John Bennett's room, and starts screaming when she realizes John Bennett's not there. Give me just a second. We'll see if we can find this ransom note. It takes so long to load up. My dog's growling. I'm just going to pull it up on Google. That takes too damn long to load. Suit me. So this ransom note is really, really a strange ransom note, in my opinion. So basically, they find the letter. They call, of course, they go check on Bert to make sure he's still there. Okay. Patsy calls 911 and tells them that John Bennett's been kidnapped, and police show up. And what's really strange is that after police show up, the detective shows up. She's there with everybody, right? She says she could tell that John Ramsey looks anxious. And by this time, the Ramseys had called their friends and everybody to come over. And pastor, everybody. Everybody was there. It was weird. So the detective tells them to go search the house. This is a big home. And so him and John, it was the family friend, that Mr. White guy, they go down to the basement. And John goes into one of the rooms in the basement and finds John Bennett's body there. And he carries her back upstairs. And it was a big commotion. Patsy wanted to get to her daughter. They were trying to hold her back. But finally, she breaks through and goes to her daughter. But they contaminated the crime scene. Hey, Mel.
Hi.
Hey, yeah, come and help me.
Yeah, you sounded like you needed me.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to look for stuff, and I'm
I
trying
know.
to.
I've got my iPad open, so I can look up anything you want, and I've got the timeline in front of me too.
Okay. So let's just start from the point they find her body. John carries her body upstairs. You with me?
Hold on.
And I'm going to find my chat on my phone. Let me find my notes.
What did you say? They carried her body upstairs? Oh, from the basement.
From the basement.
Yeah.
And then, they said that Patsy was like really wailing, crying.
I've just got the like facts, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what else happened? Okay. So after they find John Benet's body and she's been brought upstairs. They let them take like Burke away from the crime scene, John Benet's brother. And they also let the Ramseys leave. They're not interviewed by police.
That whole thing was a royal stuff up from the get-go. The whole thing.
I know it.
Mm.
Well, I have the ransom letter.
Yep.
Now, didn't a handwriting analysis guy said that that was Patsy's handwriting? She denies it. She was really weird when questioned about it too.
Yeah.
Do you have the ransom letter?
I've read it before and I've seen it. I'll just get it up.
Mr. Ramsey, listen carefully. We are a group of individuals that represent a small foreign what? We request your business, but not the. Mel, read this. I can't read it.
Yeah, hold on. I'm still trying to get
I'm having a hard time seeing it.
Hold on. I wrote the wrong name. I wrote Jim.
Because I'm having a hard time reading her handwriting.
Yeah, I think somewhere someone's actually put it into, like, they've typed it out.
Listen carefully. We're a group of individuals that represent a small foreign something. We respect your business, but not the.
Okay, I've got it all written here.
Okay.
Do you want me to read it out?
Yeah, you read it.
Mr. Ramsey, listen carefully. We're a group of individuals that represent a small foreign fraction. We, XX, respect your business, but not the country that it serves. At this time, we have your daughter in our possession. She is safe and unharmed. If you want to see her If you want her to see 1997, you must follow our instructions to the letter. You will withdraw $118,000 from your account. $100,000 will be in $100 bills, and the remaining $18,000 in $20 bills. Make sure that you bring an adequate size attaché to the bank. When you get home, you will put the money in a brown paper bag. I will call you between 8 and 10 a.m. tomorrow to instruct you on delivery. The delivery will be exhausting, so I advise you to be rested. If we monitor you getting the money early, we might call you early to arrange an earlier delivery of the money and hence an earlier pickup of your daughter. Delivery was crossed out before pickup. Any deviation of my instructions will result in the immediate execution of your daughter. You will also be denied her remains for proper burial. The two gentlemen watching over your daughter do not particularly like you, so I advise you do not provoke them. Speaking to anyone about your situation, such as police, FBI, etc., will result in your daughter being beheaded. If we catch you talking to a stray dog, she dies. If you alert bank authorities, she dies. If the money is in any way marked or tampered with, she dies. You will be scanned for electronic devices, and if any are found, she dies. You will try to deceive us, or you can try to deceive us, but be warned that we are familiar with law enforcement countermeasurements and tactics. You stand a 99% chance of killing your daughter if you try to outsmart us. Follow our instructions and you stand a 100% chance of getting her back. You and your family are under constant scrutiny as well as the authorities. Don't try to grow a brain, John. You are not the only fat cat around, so don't think that killing will be difficult. Don't underestimate us, John. Use that good southern common sense of yours. It is up to you now, John. And then it's signed off Victory SBTC. Sorry about my reading.
No, you read it good. I was having trouble. I didn't even know what that one word was until you read it. It was fraction. I didn't know what the hell that word was. I was like, I can't see it. Thank you. So actually the guy that helped John search the house and when they found John Benet's body, his name is Fleet White.
Mm-hmm.
I was always suspicious of him a little bit too.
Mm.
But she had a rope with a garrote wrapped around her neck twice.
Yep.
You know, I was always suspicious of her brother, but he was too young. The way that was tied and stuff.
And also with her head damage,
Mm-hmm.
whatever had hit her, they don't think that he would have had the force behind him to have been able to cause that much damage.
Right. And why did the parents, I mean, it says we're going to behead your daughter if you call the police, and that's the first thing they do. But John said that he told Patsy as soon as he saw the letter, call 911.
Yeah. Look, if anything happened to any of my kids, I think that would be the first thing that you would think to do, whatever the note said, you know what I mean? But yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do in that situation?
Not the horrendous. She probably had to mute. Her dogs sound like mine. But anyways, they said that he went and got the ransom money and was prepared to pay the ransom. The whole case is just really, I don't know, for a long time I thought that they had something to do with it. But there was actually a palm print, I believe there. DNA taken from John Bennett. She had been sexually assaulted, but it didn't match anyone.
There was DNA that was never matched with anyone.
And something else, they didn't have a pet, and the duct tape actually had hair on it from an animal.
Mm.
Yeah.
You would wonder whether if forensics went here right there or what. Sorry, buddy thinks he's being cute. If forensics went through the place now, what they would get, like if it happened now instead of way back then.
Well, they had some suspects, but they cleared them all. One was the housekeeper, Linda Hoffman Few, and her husband, Mervyn.
Yeah.
They had asked, the housekeepers, Linda had asked Patsy for a $2,000 loan right before Christmas.
Okay.
Patsy didn't give them the loan, but John Bennett was familiar with both Linda and her husband, Mervyn.
Yep.
And I watched an interview with her, and she is creepy. She was like, I leave the porch light on for John Bennett every night. I don't know. There was just something really creepy about her.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I didn't know about him, but I knew about the guy who, like, in jail, who confessed to it.
Oh, the John Mark Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a real freaking weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was even a better suspect, I thought, and it was the guy that played Santa Claus.
Yes.
Did you know that his daughter had actually gone missing on Christmas Day 22 years earlier?
No.
Yes. His daughter, let me see, let me find his name because I have this written down. Bill McReynolds. He played Santa Claus in the local parades and things like that.
Yep.
And he played Santa Claus for the Ramseys 2 days before the murder. And he was quite fond of John Bonet. He said he struck up kind of like a friendship with her. And it's been theorized he may have told John Bonet that a secret Santa that she couldn't tell anyone about was going to come and visit her. Now, John Bonet had told another little kid that a secret Santa was going to come and visit her. But this was right before Christmas. So, you know how kids will say that. So,
Yeah.
that really doesn't mean anything. But
Mm.
yeah, 22 years earlier, his daughter was kidnapped on Christmas Day. And something else that's weird is this McReynolds' wife had written a play about a little girl that disappeared.
After her daughter, or?
I don't know. I didn't really look into besides that about the play. That's a good question. I should have.
Let me see if it's on here.
Yeah, see if you can find anything. What did I say his name was again? Bill
Bill.
McReynolds. He looks like Santa Claus.
Reynolds stated that John Bonet had given him a vial of gold glitter at both the 1995 and 1996 Christmas parties.
Yes, yes. And he said in his interview how special it was for a kid to give Santa a present. And he said, John Bonet was just extra special to me. That was his own words in an interview I watched.
Said she made a profound change in him and he felt very close to the little girl. Yeah. I don't really have other children that I have this special relationship with, not even my own or my grandchildren. Ugh.
Well, his daughter disappeared 22 years before. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I wonder if they had any animals in their house.
Well, have they tested his DNA?
All of the suspects were cleared.
Was he considered a suspect?
Yeah. Yeah, he was considered a suspect. The housekeeper and her husband.
Hey, listen to this. When I die, I'm going to be cremated. I've asked my wife to mix the star dust she gave me with my ashes. We're going to go up behind the cabin here and have it blow away in the wind. What a Fruit Loop.
Oh, my goodness. I saw the other day someone was getting a tattoo with Charles Manson's ashes mixed in. Okay, so that was all of the suspects I had written down. Santa Claus, the housekeeper, and her husband, I believe. But then you have this John Mark Carr that comes forward, and he's just a complete nut job. I mean, police basically proved that he wasn't even in Colorado when John was murdered.
Yeah.
And his family said that they thought he was writing a book about John Bonet's murder because he talked about it so much.
Jesus.
Completely obsessed. Yeah. The cop said that he just wanted a ticket back from to wherever he was at, Thailand, I believe. Did you know that the grand jury actually recommended indicting the Ramseys?
Yes, I had heard that.
CC secretary. So,
Whoops, what's Randy doing on there?
I was having trouble getting going with this case, you know.
Mm.
It's a case that I followed since the beginning. I'm more comfortable, you know what I mean?
I've followed. Look, but the thing is, okay, what am I doing? I'm starting to talk like someone that I don't really like. Okay, we follow so many cases that you sort of forget what you've read. You know, it's in there, but you have to have your memory jogged. You know what I mean? Like, I've looked into this a lot as well. It's not one of my top things that I've looked into, but I've watched all of the Dr. Phil episodes and I've done lots of research on it and stuff. But yeah, it's hard to always remember when there's so many new cases.
Now, I did scan over her autopsy results. Now, I saw in an interview, Patsy Ramsey said that it wasn't definitive that they found pineapple, but the autopsy says that it is pineapple. They believe it's pineapple
Wow. Okay.
because it was like yellow chunks. But
Yeah.
Patsy says there was no pineapple served at that Christmas dinner they went to at their friends, and that John Benet didn't eat any pineapple when she got home.
But he had
Was
some. Yeah.
yeah,
They're saying that the brother had some.
Patsy Ramsey's fingerprints was on the spoon and bowl of the pineapple.
God.
I know the detective that wrote a book about it, he believes that Patsy Ramsey killed John Benet because she snapped over her bedwetting.
Did she get drunk that night? At the party?
I don't know. I've
But
never.
they were at a party, weren't they?
Yeah, like a family party though, dinner party, right?
Yeah, I thought that was the Christmas party that they were at.
I think there was another Christmas party too that this Santa Claus played at 2 days before.
Mm.
That was the Ramsey's Christmas party. I guess you would consider this a Christmas party.
Yeah. You keep going, I'm just looking something up.
Oh, okay. I forgot what I was going to say. Patsy, I saw her in interviews. She just flat out denies that John Benet ate any pineapple. That her or John, neither one gave her pineapple. But somebody,
who cares if she ate pineapple? That's the most stupidest. You know what I mean? Like, it's just.
I guess they're trying to prove if, like, I guess that they're lying because they said that John Benet was asleep.
Yeah.
When she got home, but there was pineapple on the table that Burke ate that night after he got home. I guess that's what their point is.
Yeah.
People theorize that the little boy got mad because she might have grabbed a bite of his pineapple and he hit her in the head with something.
Well, he was a bit of a dimwit.
He is really weird.
Yeah.
He's really weird, but you got to think, look what his childhood has been like because of his sister's murder and stuff. I don't think he goes out a lot. He's a computer analyst, I believe. During the Dr. Phil interview, did you notice he was like that grin? Him grinning a lot?
I actually, look, I shouldn't have probably said that he was a dimwit. I just say that because, like, on the Dr. Phil episodes, he was very weird. He came across as very weird. And I don't think he's diagnosed with anything that I know of. But I thought maybe there might have been a bit of a, undiagnosed something going on there.
Yeah, I thought the same thing because, like, a normal kid wouldn't, like, rub their poop on their sister's stuff. I've heard that happened. Now,
that's an autism trait.
With one another, but my brothers never did anything to me like that,
Yeah.
So there's something going on with him. I even heard something about he would put poop or something in her chocolate candy and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is true or not, but I have read that.
Yeah, no, he's smirking. And I mean, look, it's probably something that
A
has
nervous
been
kid.
with him for his whole life. Like he's probably gets questioned about it on the daily, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You would, if you had nothing. I mean, how would he remember? Like at that age, when trauma sort of things happen like that, they can be blocked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought maybe the smiling and grinning, maybe he could have been nervous.
Yeah, it could have been a nervous thing for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, and look, Dr. Phil is a confronting sort of figure.
Yeah, and they did find DNA that didn't match him or John or Patsy.
Mm.
And that hair, I wonder where that dog hair came from, or it just said animal hair. It didn't say dog, it said animal hair. So
Yeah.
correct that. Just wondered. But like with my dogs, I'm sure like when my son goes back to my mom's, I'm sure there's some dog hair on some of his
Oh,
stuff.
of course.
It's going
Even the tiniest, traces they can pick up on. I mean, back then it wasn't fantastic, but,
yeah. Oh my gosh, I got to get me some earbuds.
Are you still not having any?
Mm-mm. No, I've got to get some. I'm going to get some from Walmart. Maybe
Mine are just cheap ones.
some Beats. Well, every time I buy cheap ones, they don't last or the mic starts cracking. So I figured if I got some Beats, it's got a built-in mic, and try only to use them when I'm live streaming. Oh, guess what I saw on StreamYards when I got on this morning?
Oh, God, what?
You can only get so many hours free of live doing.
Yeah, it's 10 a month or something, isn't it?
20, I believe.
Oh, is it?
Hours.
I'll be all right then.
Yeah, I got like 12 hours. I was like, wow. 12 hours.
Did you ever hear about the 911 call where they could hear Patsy talking to someone, like the extra tape or whatever?
Okay, so when Patsy called 911, she actually forgot to hang up. And investigators thought that they could hear Burke in the background. And so that made them say that they caught Patsy in a lie because they said that Burke was asleep.
Yeah.
But Patsy denies that. John Ramsey denied it. Something interesting I heard the other day is John Ramsey and Natalie Holloway's mom are hooking up. I don't know if that's true. Someone told me that in chat the other day.
Wow. Okay. When they conducted a cursory search of the house, they did not find any sign of forced entry. Officer Rick French went to the basement and came to a door that was secured by a wooden latch. He paused for a moment in front of the door, but made a critical error when he walked away without opening it. French later explained that he was looking for an exit route by the kidnapper, which the closed inside peg ruled out. Unbeknown to him, Joe Benet's body was on the other side of the door. It is just a weird case.
So Lou Smith, a retired detective, investigated, and he found clues that pointed to an intruder, like the suitcase underneath the window. There was some foliage underneath the window sill, I believe. Now, detectives said the cobwebs hadn't been disturbed. But maybe they were in the corner, from the pictures I saw. So maybe they didn't get touched.
Yeah.
You can go buy a spider web without tearing it down.
Yeah, you could. I mean, they repair them pretty quickly.
And you're not going to hit it in any way. It took a small person to get through that grate and window. I watched that detective. He got through the window, no problem.
Yep.
And also there was, like, I believe, a footprint and a palm print somewhere near where John Bonet's body was found in the DNA evidence. Um, and there was evidence she had been sexually assaulted.
Yeah. There was no evidence of conventional rape, but they couldn't rule out sexual assault.
Now, the garrote that was used with the rope was one of
Mhm.
Patsy Ramsey's paintbrushes
Yeah.
broken.
Yeah.
Now, the handwriting that I saw of Patsy Ramsey's, it does look similar to the ransom note.
I'm pretty sure people have done their own analysis on it, and it's pretty much a perfect match.
It's almost a perfect match, except the ransom notes wrote sloppy. It's like she
Yeah.
did that on purpose. But why would she do that? Why would she write that ransom note?
Why did they do anything that they did?
She adamantly denies that is her handwriting. I watched her interview. I believe it was with the grand jury or handwriting analysis. He was asking her questions
Yeah.
about it, and she would not answer him. It's like she didn't recognize her own writing. If I find something old that I've written here, like from years ago, I can automatically, oh yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
Even if I don't remember writing it, I could tell it's my handwriting.
Yeah. See, my handwriting does change sometimes. Depends what mood I'm in. But I could pretty much tell you what I've written and what I haven't.
Oh, and I was thinking about something with the pineapple. Even though they didn't serve pineapple at that dinner, I wonder if they served ham. My granny always puts a couple pineapples on top of her ham when she bakes it. And I always get those because I love them. They got brown sugar and all that on them.
Yep. Used to do the same.
So I'm wondering if she could have got pineapple that way. And it's just a coincidence that Burke liked to eat pineapple.
Yeah. But they found Burke's fingerprints on that bowl.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
They said he slept through the entire night and he was awoken by police, but
that's not what he said, though, is it?
no.
He was awake and his parents didn't know it, right?
They told him to stay in his room, didn't they?
I believe so, and they got him away from the scene pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's just, I think sometimes it could have been an intruder, but that note really gets me, that ransom note.
Yeah. And, yeah, I don't know.
And it said, use your Southern common sense. He don't talk Southern. You wouldn't know he was Southern. I guess you would if you were close to him.
It is just really weird.
It was directed straight to John Ramsey. It didn't mention Patsy.
Yeah. No, it didn't. You're not going to talk to yourself if you're writing a letter yourself, are you?
No.
That would be weird.
In their first, I noticed in their first interview they gave just right after they had buried John Bennett, Patsy was messed up in it. She was slurring her speech. She was on Xanax or something.
Okay.
And John acted very frustrated during that interview. He looked at her just really weird. She was answering questions. It makes me think that maybe Patsy killed John Bennett.
Yeah. When did those two break up?
Blue West, I can't believe nobody cracked this case. I know it. I know. When did Patsy died?
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, that's right. She did too.
Patsy died.
Yeah.
She had
been you said before that he was with what's her name's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had battled cancer for probably 10 years or more. And then it went to her brain and she passed away. Everybody thought that she would confess on her deathbed confession, you know.
Mm.
But she didn't.
Which makes you wonder, was she protecting someone else?
I know. I've often thought that she was protecting someone else.
Because most people, would.
We got to get coffee refill.
All
Now,
right.
a lot of people have accused John Ramsey of sexually abusing John Bennett.
Mm.
There was no evidence of that. She went to the doctor a lot. She had been to the doctor 30 times in 2 years. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Like my son gets sick a lot, because of school and germs and stuff.
Mm.
Like 30 times in 2 years? No, he
There,
don't.
there was also a note that they were saying the garroting could have just been done to throw them off, her being abused and accidentally killed, sort of thing, like to throw the investigators off.
Right. Oh, crap. Well, that sucked. I dropped my milk lid into my ashtray that was on the counter.
It all goes in the same place. You'll be all right. Wash it off.
Yeah, but anyway, the ransom note just gets me. It bumfuzzles me.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that note, I could go with the intruder theory.
Mm.
Because there was an unidentified DNA and it didn't match anybody that's in the offender's crap. So, I don't know. It's interesting. Okay, gotta get back to sit down. So, what do you think? Who do you think killed her?
I have no idea. I don't think it was Burke. I don't think he did it. So it's got to be one of the parents. I don't think someone just went into their house, walked up the stairs without anyone noticing to her bedroom, knew whose bedroom it was for a start, and then, took her down there. And yeah, I don't. How could no one wake up?
Black Dahlia said for me to look up the John Bennett photographer arrested.
Bella Oliver says she visited John Bennett and Patsy's graves a few years ago. That's cool.
I'm trying to find it. I always say when I get to North Carolina, I'm going to visit Shanann and them. It's grave.
Read what Verbal said.
Okay. Let me see what Verbal said real quick before I read this.
Okay.
I heard a different theory about John's son. When he was in the military, he fathered a child who was never accepted into the family and tried to blackmail John into giving him money, hence the price. Do you know John Ramsey also had another daughter that died? But I believe she was killed in a car accident. Yeah. Verbal, I've heard something about that. John, he had, I think, about two different kids, right? By somebody else. Let's see.
What's that about the photographer?
Yeah. The photographer who sold a portfolio of images from a photo shoot with 6-year-old beauty queen John Bennett Ramsey after her 96 death is behind bars in Oregon, facing more than a dozen counts of encouraging child sex abuse. Randall D. Simmons, 67, arrested accusations he was regularly accessing images of child pornography on the public wireless network of a local restaurant in Oak Ridge, Oregon. Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Let me see what else I can find.
What if he was taking photos of her?
So he was indicted on child porn. He looks like Santa Claus, too. Randall DeWitt, Simmons. He was arrested for walking down a street naked, muttering, "I didn't kill John Bennett." Can you believe that?
Mm-hmm. Weirdos everywhere.
Might have been child porn.
Which
So
one was the Gary?
2019 when he was arrested.
Which one was the Gary Oliver guy?
2018. I don't know.
Published details Oliver provided in the letter which describe the convicted pedophile's obsession with the child and how she died. This was in January 2019.
Wow.
A long-time suspect in the John Bennett case has allegedly confessed to a former classmate to killing the child.
Some people confess to crimes that they didn't commit, famous crimes like this for attention. I don't know who in their right normal mind would confess to murdering and raping a child.
Yeah, no one.
Do it. I've heard that theory, Tricia. I don't know what to think. I just go back to, my mind just keeps going back to Patsy and that damn.
You're usually right, Stacey. That's what I was talking about before with the torch, because they say that he wouldn't have had enough force to have actually caused the damage that there was. But you never know. Kids can be freakishly strong.
People thought it was weird that John Bennett was in all those beauty pageants and stuff, but I don't find that weird. You know, people do that a lot, put their kids in pageants. I don't know if I would do it in some of the.
I don't find it attractive.
But it could have been someone obsessed with her too that saw her. She had just performed at the mall, I believe.
Yeah.
Singing a song like a couple days before.
Yeah, but I mean, like when you've got the letter thrown into it, CC, it sort of discounts anyone who doesn't know, you know, like how would they have known the exact amount of money that he was supposed to be getting for a bonus?
I think that it was actually in the newspaper, though.
Oh,
I read an article about his company and him getting a bonus. Now, I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that I did. But still, who's going to take a kid from their bedroom, take them downstairs, rape them, murder them, go upstairs and look for a pad of paper and a pen?
I got a weird idea.
What?
What if someone else did actually do it, but they thought it was Burke?
And Patsy wrote the ransom letter.
Yeah.
To cover for him.
Yeah.
Because there's DNA, there was DNA on her that didn't belong to anyone in the house or no one in police's database.
Yeah. I know it's just a crazy idea, but you never know.
I know.
You know, if Burke did find her.
I thought that too. I thought, what if they found her murdered and panicked?
And because they saw his torch.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you something. A 9-year-old could hit somebody pretty hard. Let's just say with my big mag light flashlight I got here, like a flashlight.
Yeah.
If a 9-year-old hit me with everything they had in the head with it, I'd go down. They're not a 9-year-old. Think about that. 9 years old, they're not that weak.
Verbal said, now you're thinking, Mel. Well, it's the first time for everything verbal. You just never know.
I kind of think that, like you're thinking too.
Well, sometimes this brain comes out with ideas.
But, you know, Burke Ramsey sued, what was it, CNN, over accusing him. So,
yeah.
We got to watch what we say, I guess.
Oh, shit. Allegedly, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is our opinions and our theories
Yes.
with some facts thrown in.
Yeah. From newspaper reports
Newspaper reports.
that we did not write.
Hey, thanks for helping me this morning. I was having trouble getting going.
No, you're all right. I know you don't like being up here by yourself. Whoops, forgot to turn my camera
No.
back on.
I know. Well, you don't have to turn your camera on.
No, no, but you know,
I know.
like,
I'm going to
they like
start
singing.
getting up and making myself doing my makeup and getting on camera sometimes.
I don't do anything, Cece. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Trisha, you're right. Kids do have soft skulls. They're not all, you know, always completely hardened up by that age.
No, my granny always said, don't get hit on the right side of the head.
Your granny said a lot, didn't she?
Yeah, she said a whole lot, believe me. Let me tell you something while I'm thinking about it. I was listening to one of those body language experts the other day, and they were saying when someone's lying, they will look off to the left. And usually when someone's telling the truth, they'll kind of glance off to the right. And I was noticing.
Oh, no, you know, I've watched back videos of mine and I've thought, like, because I watch stuff like that as well, Cece, and I've watched videos of mine back and I've gone, oh, you just touched your, why did you touch your nose there?
Well, I do that nervously.
And I'm not, sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm not the type of person who likes direct eye contact. I don't like people being right in my face. I don't, you know. So often I will look down or to the side because I don't like people right. Yeah, I don't know.
Right. I wonder if they tested this photographer's DNA.
You'd think they would. You'd think they would.
I'm sure they did.
If they've written a news article about it, you'd think someone would have, you know.
Now, Patsy Ramsey's, I believe she had some touch DNA on John Bennett's sweatpants. Mm-hmm. But she put her PJs on her that night, so it should be there.
Yeah. Yep. So she died from asphyxiation due to strangulation. And it wasn't the head thing. That was a skull fracture.
So she died from the rope.
Yeah, the garroting. Hey, also, that paintbrush that was used for that garrote, they found a part of that in one of Patsy's paint containers, and there was another part of it which they never found.
Yeah, they said it was broke into 3 pieces.
It I don't know. In my opinion, it does just always come back to Patsy.
I know, because of that damn note. That damn 3-page ransom note. What person breaks into a house, rapes and murders a girl, goes and finds the paper and writes a damn 3-page letter?
Mm-hmm.
That takes some time.
Mm-hmm.
Patsy's pen, Patsy's paper, Patsy's handwriting.
Yeah, it's a bit bizarre. Trisha, I don't know how hot it was today, but it is still stinking hot. But in South Australia, apparently they've got temperatures between 43 and 47 next week, or at the end of this week. Poor things.
It broke my heart to see that fire in Australia and those poor koala bears.
Oh, half of Australia is still on fire at the moment, Cece.
Oh my gosh.
Fires all over the place.
You know, fires, the only good thing about fires is like it helps like the land and the soil. That's it.
Well, look, in the old days, well, you know, with the Indigenous people used to burn off. They'd burn off one area and go walk about to the next area because they had all these set areas for seasons. And they didn't have things like, you know, the accidental burnings and stuff like that like we have now, because everything was always burnt off in the right when it needed to be,
Verbal. Yeah, I think we can say that's a fact. Patsy was trying to protect someone. I'm sorry that note coming from their home is not debatable. The handwriting is, but doesn't matter if it came from the home. Well, that I cannot get past that handwriting. I don't think the handwriting's debatable. If you look at the way she acted when she was interviewed about it and stuff, she's very evasive and stuff. Like, she was lying. But the question is, who's she protecting? Herself or someone else in the house?
It's the perfect who done it.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect clue game.
Mm-hmm.
I also saw in an interview someone said a lot of people overlook how John Bennett was tortured.
Yeah.
It was brutal. Her little neck had 2 rope marks, 2 rope imprints on her neck. But she also, they said, had some marks on her that may have looked like a taser could have been used.
This is a comparison of one word from that letter. Now, the one on the left would have been done in a hurry and under duress. And the one on the right is Patsy's.
Gosh, they look almost the same. She wrote that letter. That's my opinion. She wrote that letter. I just can't see Patsy killing John Bennett. According to that detective that wrote the book, his theory is John Bennett wet the bed. Now, a lot of parents have snapped and killed their kids over bedwetting.
Yep.
Look at AJ Friend.
That's their letter A's.
He wet the bed, though, because he was abused so bad.
Well, that's the thing, though. Who's to say, who's to say she wasn't abused and maybe that's why she did? But also, kids with diabetes can, wet the bed. I mean, kids under stress can wet the bed too. And, yeah.
Oh, Black Doll, you fit right in with us if you're nuts, honey. I think you got good theories.
Here's another one.
Look how similar, especially the word that. All of them were similar. She wrote that letter. But who was she covering for? I don't think it was John Ramsey. I don't think John Ramsey killed his daughter. Yeah. I don't think he sexually abused his daughter.
Yeah.
Just maybe some not. Of the interviews, the way he was looking at Patsy, I don't know. I believe he knew Patsy murdered her. Maybe he didn't. Maybe she always denied it to him, but deep down,
she blamed Burke to him.
Maybe.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep saying that.
In our opinion. I think a good theory is Patsy snapped. She murdered John Bennett. She tried to blame it on her son. And John went along with the cover-up. They'd then lost one child. They didn't want to lose another. That's my theory.
This was his face during most of that interview.
I know. Look how he looks just like Patsy. Lips, everything. Oh, you're on too, Black Dahlia. I just love you.
That was another part.
Yeah, like you're talking about a traumatic murder. Your childhood was ruined. Your sister was brutally raped and murdered. And you're grinning through the whole interview. I've seen some people say it's duper's delight. But, a lot of people do that when they're nervous. So I don't.
So cute.
I just thought that he came off as really weird and may have had something wrong with him. I'm not sure what. How beautiful. We can pull up some pictures over here.
At the end of the day, whoever did it is beyond disgusting.
Yeah.
But that kid was also, I mean, that kid was worked. You know what I'm saying?
According to Patsy, John Bonet loved attention. She liked being in the pageants.
Look at the
Patsy,
body language.
she was uncomfortable around men, maybe.
No, she looks like she's quite. Oh, she looks like she's quite happy with the dad, but the mum's like,
Yeah. See, Patsy was a beauty queen too. She was Miss West Virginia.
mm. So she was living through her daughter again.
It seemed like it, but her friend said that she waited till John Bonet was like 4 or 5, and Patsy asked her if she wanted to be in the pageants.
Okay.
Patsy made it out like in an interview. She's like, it's a few Sundays, they're going to the pageants. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But it actually is, because they have to practice their routines and things. I've watched toddlers in tiaras.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And look at this little costume.
I know.
I mean, she looks like a Vegas little showgirl.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. She looks beautiful.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites.
Mm.
She looks like a little angel.
She does. Very angelic.
And her and Bert, they have the same lips, and the way their face is shaped. They look like Patsy.
Mm.
Patsy was an attractive girl. One of the detectives said when he first saw the picture, he thought John Bonet was like 14, 15 years old.
Jesus.
Well, I don't see that when I look at her pictures. You can still tell she's a little girl.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I'm liking this little costume strapless.
See, this is I used to make dance costumes for my aunties, because she was only a few years older than me. My auntie, her kids used to do dancing, and I used to do all the costumes. And sometimes I was like, I'm not making that. I'm not putting those kids into that. So I'd try and put, panels in, and it was like, if you want them wearing that shit, go somewhere else.
I mean, kids grow up fast enough.
Yeah.
And I've noticed with a lot of those kids in the beauty pageants, their parents want them to do it. Most of the kids don't even want to do it. They could care less.
Yep.
Some of the little girls seem to like it, though.
That was the final photo taken of her.
Look how beautiful. Look at her lips.
I think she looks more gorgeous in this photo than the other ones.
I do
It's
too.
her natural, and
I like this one.
Yeah. She was a cute kid.
Yeah. I mean, but in this picture right here, I mean, they're trying to make her look grown up.
Yeah, that's sort of like trying to make her look seductive or something, That's just wrong.
Look at that lipstick. I mean, it's a beautiful color.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's been a good discussion. Thank you for coming up and helping me out with it.
See you later, guys. Oh, in case anyone didn't see my new nails.
Let's see them. Oh my gosh, those are freaking gorgeous. I love them. So
These are acrylics.
How long do they last?
Until I fill them, because these ones are acrylic. They're not the poly gel that I normally do, and they're much easier to do acrylics, and it's much stronger, and it makes a nice clicky sound.
Is it easy to do the acrylic?
It is for me, actually. I don't know why, but that's the first time I've done acrylics in 20 years, 25 years.
I think I may do my nails here soon.
But I got these Diamantes from Wish CC. So,
those are pretty.
Yeah,
I love the color. Those look nice.
Everything fancy. It's the only fancy thing. Yes, there you go. I'll scratch your back, Verbal.
I used to do my nails all the time. I tried to let mine grow, and they just keep cracking and going on. So,
yeah.
Anyhow, you're lucky you can do that. They have the acrylic kit at Walmart, but I'm just afraid I can't do it.
This was a chemist kit as well. Like for us, it was what, $30 for me. So for you guys, it'd probably be about 20, 25.
That's not too bad.
$1. Yeah, for one set of nails.
Yeah, and if you can do them yourself, you can save a lot of money because it's about what, $20 to get them filled in. Probably more than that now.
I don't know. I've never had my nails done properly before.
I used to get mine done, but that's just something I really can't afford and don't need.
Yep.
So, I may try to do my own for Christmas though.
North.
Next time we do trivia, I've decided I am not going to use StreamYard. It lags behind too much and it messes it up.
Yeah, it's a bit hard.
It is. It's too hard. I'll just have to do a regular.
And you probably want to put a ball gag on me as well because, shut me up.
I'll just stay to be quiet when you need me.
And you're one of the only people I'll let do that.
I don't mean it in a bad way.
I sent someone an email today, and all I got back was, "Fuck you, Mel. I saw what you wrote in the chat, but because I knew who this person was, I was like, yeah, whatever." But not many people can get away with that.
Oh my God! I know.
It's just the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're Australian as well, so it's like.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You just do it. All right, I'm going. Yeah. See you guys.
Bye. Well, guys, I may see y'all tomorrow. I may not because I need to finish some Christmas shopping. But if not, I'll see. What is today? Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe. I don't even know what today is. That's bad. Let me look. Today's Tuesday, so I'll see y'all Thursday, maybe. Anyways, thanks for chatting. I love y'all. Be kind. Peace.